Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to First Financial Bank here in the South Loop. Time once again for the first installment, 2014 Wise, of the Ronnie Hearne Show. And hello, Coach, and welcome to your show.
Hello, Mike. Appreciate it.
That's kind of a strange intro, I know that.
I know.
But let's talk about that. Start off right away about the game last night. Because last night was a more methodical than anything else than what you had here.
Well, I think the defense that Angelo State plays, that 2-3 zone, I think that kind of slows teams down a little bit. They really do a good job in their zone. And we ended up playing 24 minutes in our zone defense. So that makes it, not quite a fast-paced game, maybe as we like. And, they were one of the leaders in the nation in team defense. I think they were allowing 52 points a game.
That's right.
So we scored 74 against them, so that was definitely good. And we made some adjustments, and I thought our players really did a good job making those adjustments at halftime. And came out the second half, and I thought our players really executed our game plan. They did what we wanted to do.
What thing really stood out to you last night?
What stood out? Well, I thought Angelo maybe has one of the best teams they've had in a while. I know when I first came to Tarleton, they had some really nice teams, had some talent, and this may be one of the most talented teams they've had in a while. And I think the new coach, Coach Petrie, doing a good job with it. They ran their man offense really well. We had a hard time defending them. We had a hard time keeping them off the offensive boards. And they really collapsed well in their zone and took away some of the things we like to do offensively. So, they got a really good team. But I thought overall, I just thought our players kept their composure, really handled things well, really disciplined late in the game. All we told them was, when you take good shots there, that last 4 or 5 minutes, and they did a good job using the shot clock and not taking hurried shots. I think we only made 10 or 11 turnovers for the game. So it was a good, clean game. We had a great crowd. The students aren't back until Monday, and we'd have had 800 or 900 students there last night. It would have really been a great atmosphere. So we're really blessed. Our players and coaches and everybody associated with Tarleton basketball to, have that kind of atmosphere at our home games. Coach Wilson, Coach Davis, and I were watching Commerce and Kingsville game this morning that they played at Commerce. And
how was that?
And the stands across from the bench, there were probably 15 people in the stands. So
get out.
So anyway, it's really a neat experience to coach and play and be a part of the games at Wisdom Gym.
One of the things that's not really mentioned in the vernacular of the meeting anyway, as far as basketball is concerned, at least I don't hear it very much, is composure and discipline. And that's two of the main keys. And if you want to find a winning program or a winning team, even for just 1 year or 2 years, it seems like those two elements there are just essential.
They are. Especially when you're playing a tough opponent, maybe things aren't going exactly the way you want them to go. In that first half, we got down 5 points around the 4-minute mark, and during that media timeout, players weren't frustrated. I don't think the coaches were too frustrated. And we changed.
You wouldn't tell us anyway, would you?
No,
I knew it.
And we changed to our 2-3 zone, and that last 4 minutes, we ended up outscoring them by 7. So we got to go to the dressing room with a 2-point lead, which was good. And then, like I said, we made some adjustments defensively and offensively at halftime, and our players just did a great job executing.
You've won 8 games in a row now and have moved to 11-1, number 15 in the country. From that 8-game winning streak, what's the one thing you can look back and say, this has just not happened before? This is something that has really been good, and I hope this stays for a long time.
Well, I think this team's a little bit like the team we had a couple years ago when we won conference and won the conference tournament. It just seemed like all the players enjoy each other. Our leaders are doing a great job. Brianna and Shanae and Kiera, and just seem like they really enjoy coming to practice, and they're really motivated every day. You know, we don't have a perfect practice every day, but we don't have many bad practices. You know, it seems like they just come each day and they want to get better.
Practice. That's one thing, practice. When you have willing participants in practice, you get more things done.
And I noticed yesterday after the shoot-around, when we were leaving, it was about 15 minutes after we were through, there were actually 4 or 5 girls out on the court shooting the ball, working on their own, and that shows they still enjoy playing basketball.
That's the biggest key right there. Right. This is the Ronnie Hearne Show. We're at First Financial Bank on the Loop. We'll talk with Brianna Bledsoe in just a little while here. When we come back, we'll talk with Coach a little bit more about what's to come, what has happened, kind of talk about what's happened in the past, but we've got a long road trip coming, so that's yet to come here on the Ronnie Hearne Show. Back with more after this. Back we are at First Financial Bank. It's the Ronnie Hearne Show. Mike Young here. The coach is wandering around the area and talking to everybody. Got a lot of fans here. And sitting in his place right now is Brianna Bledsoe, who, senior, Stephenville. What can we say about you? It's really good. Well, why don't you invent your own intro? Go ahead. No? No, you don't want to do it? Okay. I thought I'd try to do something like that. Brianna is averaging 13 points a game. Her free throws, that's typical Brianna, 85.7. That's not bad. Not bad in any way, shape, or form. What about last night? It was a close game through halftime last night, and then you guys just pulled away.
Yeah, I mean, we know that we're one of the best conditioned teams in the conference, and Coach Hearne brought that up again last night, and we knew that if we just stuck with it, we could come out with a win.
Is that the whole element right there is conditioning? Because we know you know how to play, but is conditioning kind of like going through a marathon?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a big factor in the game, so yeah, for sure.
Who do you lean on? I know everybody will say, yeah, we lean on Kiara. Yeah, she scores 40 points and 40 rebounds. But who do you really lean on out there when she's on the bench?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think it's just everybody. You know, if Key's not out there, everyone knows that they have a role. They have to step up. So I mean, it's not really specifically one person. I think it's everyone, a mixture of everybody.
You know, the funny thing, I heard somebody talk about Kiara Wright last night, and they go, well, you know, Kiara just kind of had a average Kiara game. And I looked at the stat sheet; she had 20 points and 15 rebounds. I'm going, boy, we are spoiled.
I know. That's normal.
My goodness sakes. So what are you doing now at school here? I mean, you know, when you're off the basketball court, what happens?
A whole lot of sleep, eating. Yeah, I mean, nothing really. Just hang out. Our apartment watches TV shows. That's kind of what we're about. So.
What's your favorite TV show?
Oh, we have a lot. Scandal. What else do we watch?
Oh, wait a minute. We need some help over here.
Yeah.
You're looking for help.
Vampire Diaries.
McGrath, come help.
The Following. That's a good one.
Kiera Johnson, yeah, she's Sinead back there.
Yeah, there's
okay.
another one.
Just come raise your hands then, or something.
I don't know, they can just come over here with me.
So it's TV and basketball, and that's it?
Yeah.
What are you studying?
Marketing.
Marketing, really?
Yeah.
Okay, what arm of that?
What do you mean?
It's like,
what am I going to do with that?
Like what kind of arm interests you as far as marketing goes?
I don't know. I don't like to talk about this.
Okay, well.
No, I just didn't know what else to major in.
Oh, well, okay.
Go for business, so that's what I did.
Hey, that makes all the sense in the world. LeBron James didn't know either, and look where he is.
Oh, well,
you know.
Yeah, let's not compare.
Okay, we won't go there. So the makeup of this team changed from last year. I mean, we had 3 or 4 people drop off, whatever the case. This looks like a stronger bunch this year than last year. I thought last year was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we each have our own strengths, and just really working together. I think we're really a lot closer this year than we were last year, and that helps a lot, and I think you can see that on the court too.
What's better from last year?
What's better?
Any idea? Like defense better, or free throws better, or?
I don't all of it.
All of it?
I don't know. Yeah.
Has this team really been tested yet?
Yeah, I guess.
Because we had the one loss that was a million miles from here, and it was a 7-hour trip, and we played like 3 games in 4 days, and it's no surprise that we came out flat. But aside from that, have we really been tested?
Maybe in different ways. Yeah, I don't know. We're about to be tested.
Yeah.
For sure,
Yeah.
so.
That's for sure. That's a long trip down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But by the same token, this is conference. This is where it all boils down.
Yeah, for sure. We know we have to show up every game, and I mean, every game is not going to be easy. So we just know we have to show up and be ready to play.
Do y'all talk about being ranked number 15 in the United States?
Not really.
Really?
Yeah, we don't try to focus on that. We just want to focus on conference right now. Come out with a ring, and then that'll happen later.
Yeah, well, I can understand that too. So one of the things you're looking for down in Kingsville coming up here on Saturday, and that's going to be an afternoon game. That's going to be different right there.
Yeah.
A 1 o'clock game is not normal.
Yeah.
But we're doing it.
Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to anything. 5 to 6 hour drive. I don't know. Yeah, I guess just playing. Looking forward to playing.
Well, you'll be like me. My head will be buried in a pillow with an MP3 player buried in my ear somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but anyway, the best of luck to you. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. And of course, we'll probably some of your friends over there, I'm sure, at one point or another.
Yep. All right. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Shanae, she ruled the thing last year.
Oh yeah. She's good.
I know, she's very good. Brianna Bledsoe, everybody. Come on, bang your hands together. You can do that. You deserve it. This is the Ronnie Hearne Show here on the Mighty 93. We're live from First Financial Bank on the Loop. Back with Ronnie, back with some more things coming up right after this. It's the Ronnie Hearne Show here at First Financial Bank here on the Loop in Stephenville. I'm Mike Young. He's the coach, and we'll always be the coach. Don't forget tomorrow, the Lon Reisman radio show begins at noon at the recently renovated lobby of Bruner Motors on the corner of South Loop and Lillian Street in Stephenville. Casey Hogan will be there, and they'll be discussing the upcoming events and games and what's to come and unhappiness, happiness, the general rigmarole that Casey will serve up there. Food and refreshments will also be there, and Tarleton Athletic Gear will be given away to audience members, just like we're going to have some stuff out here today to be given away. So, but if you can't make it to the show, then you can listen on KSTV 93.1 FM in Stephenville or online at www.kstvfm.com. That's the Lon Reisman Show, and that's tomorrow. It's the Ronnie Hearne Show right now. And you got a stat sheet from last night, looks like.
I do, and Brianna was just on the radio. She had a great game last night. She had 8 rebounds, 14 points, 3 assists. Kathy Thomas had one of her best games. She was 7 for 9 from the field, 5 for 6 from the 3-point line. Ended up with 20 points and 2 assists. And Kara Wright had another double-double. I know she gets tired of hearing that word, a double-double. And but she had 15 rebounds and 20 points and 2 assists. And Morgan Ashmore had 6 assists. She led the team in assists. And Shanae Lawrence and Carly Moore were combined 6 for 6 from the field. Each had 7 points. And I thought Carly did some really good things for us late in the game. I know she got an offensive rebound that gave us another possession to work some time off the clock, and then she kept an offensive rebound alive another time. So we got to run some more time off the clock last night.
I tell you, Carly Moore takes more charges than Visa.
She does. She does.
She gets run over every game.
And hopefully one of these days that'll rub off on her team. And we can get some more charges, some more people trying to take a charge. But we had 17 points off of turnovers. We outscored them in the paint 34-20. We shot 51% from the field. I think the Texas women's game, we shot around 52% from the field. So as a team, we're shooting well. And we did a good job defensively. I think they were averaging 36% from the 3-point line. We held them to 21% from the 3-point line. So, when a team does something really well like that, you need to try to take that away from them. And, we're playing a team Saturday that shoots a lot of threes. Coach Wilson was looking at their stats, and I think half the shots they take are 3-point shots. So we got to do a good job of that Saturday, taking away what Kingsville likes to do. And I'd also like to mention last week Brianna and Kiera were Players of the Week in the Lone Star Conference. It's a great honor.
Absolutely.
I think that was the second time for Bree, and of course Kiera's gotten it several times. I don't know how many times. And of course one player that's really made an impact on our team this year is Kathy Thomas. she's such a quality player. She can play defense, she can handle a ball, she can shoot, she can penetrate, and she really made a big difference in our team this year. And then, we have our depth back. That was the thing that hurt us the second part of conference is losing Shanae and Carly, and we got those two ladies back, and Shanae's done a tremendous job recovering from her major knee surgery, and she's just going to continue to get better and better. And Trevante Downs and Raven McGrath and Aaron Sim played some good minutes against Texas Women's. We were in foul trouble. Megan Odell. We have a lot of quality players, and I think that makes a lot of difference in college basketball because you're able to wear the other team down.
Brianna comes off to me as somebody who would have a night where she scores 40 points, gets 30 rebounds, and you'd never know it unless you looked at the stat sheet.
Well, maybe we'll see that one of these days, 40 points, 30
Well, there's a hint for you, okay?
I think we'll all know it if she gets 40 points and 30 rebounds.
Oh, you think she'll say something about it?
I think everybody will know that, but she's a great rebounder. I think she's about 5'7", 5'8", and, to get 8 rebounds last night, she was our second leading rebounder. That's tremendous.
Oh, when they were bottling up Kiera last night, yeah, she was a rebounding fool.
She was.
Yeah, she was very good at that. All right, so Kingsville is up next. And what are the standings? You've got those standings right in front of us here. It's up to date, and Coach has them. And if anybody knows anything about this, it's Coach.
Okay, of course, Tarleton State's 2-0 in conference, 11-1 for the season. WT's 1-0, 10-1 in conference. I think they're the number 7 ranked team in the nation. Eastern New Mexico's 1-0, 3-7 for the season. Angelo's 1-1, 7-5 for the season. Kingsville's 1-1, 6-6 for the season. Midwestern, that's probably the surprise there that they're 1-2. They were picked to win our conference, and they're 9-5 for the season. Texas Women's 1-2, 5-7. Commerce is 1-2, 2-10, and Cameron is 0-1 and 8-3 for the season. And last night, everybody played at Texas Women's. Kingsville went to Commerce, won 76-72. Midwestern went to WT and lost 54-71, and Cameron went to Eastern New Mexico and lost 61-70.
When you come up on preseason, rankings and this team's picked to win preseason, etc., how much stock can you take in that?
Well, evidently not very much, because I think Commerce was picked down close to the bottom, and they were 1-9, and they beat Midwestern last Saturday, who was picked finished first in the conference. So, I see our conference being pretty balanced, and I think the big thing is you got to go on these road trips, and you got to be serious about it. It's got to be all business, and you got to be ready to play when you go on the road.
And long road trips too. Those are hard to maintain.
They are, and the best thing about this road trip, we get to eat the Blue Bonnet
Cafe. I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah, we all get pie because it's the day before game. So, I wish we could stop on the way back, but they're not going to be open, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, we're going to get back fairly early because we have a 1 o'clock game.
Yeah, we might be able to.
We'll be back before midnight. So, but I think the Blue Bonnet will be closed. But, you just have to enjoy these trips and enjoy being with each other on the bus, and just get ready to play.
That's all you can ask for. Be ready to play. And Kings will be the next target coming up. We got some things to give away here, so stand by. That's coming up here in just a moment or two. What did I make your stomach upset?
You got Terry a heart attack.
Terry was thinking we were going home. That's not the case, Terry. No, different format this year. Okay, well, she's okay with it. Anyway, we're at First Financial Bank. It's the Ronnie Hearne Show. Got some things to give away coming up in just a moment when we return. And it's the Ronnie Hearne Show, live from First Financial Bank on the Loop in Stephenville. I'm Mike Young. He's the head coach of the Texans, Ronnie Hearne. And why don't we give something away here very quickly?
All right, we got 3 people today, and the first winner is Bart McDougal.
All right, Bart gets to come up to the easel here. There's a lot of cards that are in front of him. He doesn't know which is what. He turns over a card and he'll win something or other. And that something or other is a couple of hats. Very good. First Financial Bank.
That's great. We know Bart is the does all the introductions
Public address.
and public address.
Yeah.
Thank you. I couldn't think of that word.
Okay.
At all the Texan basketball games, does a tremendous job. Our second winner is Ken Bailey,
Ken Bailey.
the mayor of Hearne. Where are you, Ken?
There he is. It'll take a second to get over here. Turn around, pick something. There we go. And he's got his hand on a card. He turns it over and... Is that sweatshirt?
All right.
Okay, very good.
And our other winner is one of our loyal, very loyal fans, is Bill Hearne.
Bill
All right,
Hearne.
Bill. Wake him up, Peggy.
Yep. Set down the Dr. Pepper. Make your way over. And he picks a Tarleton basketball shirt.
All right.
All right, very good. So all kinds of things happening out here in the lobby
We
here.
got a little game going on in the lobby.
And ladies and gentlemen, something that we shall not forget, not in any way, shape, or form here, but it happened this past week here, and of all things, I missed 2 games my entire life. That was one of this last week here where the flu just knocked me down and I couldn't get up and I couldn't make the game and Casey Hogan made the call. That particular game was Ronnie Hearne's 200th win at Tarleton State. That deserves a loud round of applause. 200 in one place.
200. Yeah.
And you've got over 1,000 total.
That's what people remind me of. What that means is I've coached a lot of games. That's what that means.
I'll bet you got a scrapbook the size of an encyclopedia.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Well, if you have 1,000 wins.
I got a lot of great memories, and it's really been a joy to coach this team this year. The coaches enjoy coming to practice, the players enjoy coming to practice. I think we enjoy each other, and we just want to keep this going. That's what we want to do.
When you started coaching, did you ever have in your wildest dreams, oh yeah, I'm going to win 1,000, oh I'm going to win 600, oh I'm going to win 200?
No, I thought I'd retire when I was about 55, like my older brother did, or maybe retire at 60, and that's way behind me now. So right now, I just take it one day at a time. I just try to do the best I can every day when I go to work, and for this team, just do the best job I can, try to get a little better every day, and that's what I want my players to do.
Well, that's an accomplishment though. I mean, in every way, shape, or form. I mean, if I could do radio for 50 years, yeah, I'd be screaming like crazy. But I'm only on 34, so I got a little ways to go.
And before we finish, I want to thank Ron Mullins and everybody here at First Financial that hosts this radio show. They do such a tremendous job, and KSTV and everybody at Tarleton, Susan and Terry, and everybody that, Nathan, Mike, and everybody that helps put this show together. And I appreciate some of my players showing up today. I know it was to see Brianna, and I know it was for the free pizza.
It was for the Papa John's pizza.
Yeah. But they're welcome. 12 o'clock every Thursday.
Yep, every Thursday. That's the way it is.
Right.
All right, well, on the road we are, and the next stop will be Kingsville.
All right.
Good luck to us.
All right.
This has been the Ronnie Hearne Radio Show here from First Financial Bank. We'll return next Thursday at 12 noon. But don't forget as well, we've got some basketball coming your way. 12:45 here on KSTV, the 1993 on Saturday, as the Texans take on the Javelinas. The Lady Javelinas. That's the best way to put that. So, we will see you then. Until then, don't forget the Lawn Reisman Radio Show tomorrow over at Bruner Motors with Casey Hogan. Until that time, Mike Young, so long, everybody.